Bob Jones prepared me to live a biblical life and also a spirit-led life. A spirit-led life is a life that is led in any job that you take, whether it's in law enforcement, whether it's in beekeeping or farming or working with dogs. Whatever job you take should be a spirit-led life and used of God. My name's John Gardner. I had 25 years in law enforcement. 10 of those were in K-9 unit. I went to Bob Jones University to get a degree in farm management, but I needed a job to pay for that degree, and work scholarships were available, and the one that paid the most was public safety. The classes they put me through to train me for public safety also qualified me to be a reserve deputy in a local sheriff's office. My interest in K-9 started when I was at the police academy, when they did a police dog demo for the students. I said, this is what I'm going to do. So to get started in the K-9 program, my wife and I went and bought a dog. And we started spending our own money and time and effort to get this dog trained. Then I presented the dog as a nationally certified dog to the sheriff and offered to let him be hired as a reserve deputy. So they paid him $1 and put him to work. When I first got into law enforcement, I thought I was going to be witnessing more to the drunks, drug addicts, prostitutes, down and outers. That was going to be my ministry field. Then I realized my co-workers were watching me, and they were my ministry field. And had a good friend who came to know Christ while we were working together through many different critical incidents. His whole family got saved. It was a tremendous thing to watch that God did in their lives. Law enforcement is a very dark area. We see the worst of the worst in people and in politics and in co-workers. So it's definitely a mission field, and we need to have more Christian men and women in law enforcement. At my church, I was in leadership there, and we had an opening in the young adult ministry, and everybody turned and looked at me that was sitting at the table, and they said, John, how would you feel to be the leader of the young adult ministry? I felt very overwhelmed and underqualified, but the training that I had at Bob Jones had prepared me to be able to do some of this, and the leadership gifts that were given to me from different mentors there at BJ were extremely valuable and helpful.
My name is Mike Callison. I'm a K-9 handler with the Greenville County Sheriff's Office.
Mike started in our college ministry at church. That's how I met Mike.
If I were to pick a word to describe John, both spiritually and also professionally, it'd be caring. He's always there. Even though he's left the team, the training he provided to deputies and one of our sergeants, it's carried on through the years.
These dogs are critical to law enforcement. I've trained a lot of these dogs, and I don't know how we could live without them in law enforcement. On one occasion, my police dog saved my life. Nick was a solid black German Shepherd, and we were doing a track on a suspect who had already killed another police officer, a friend of mine. We were able to track him. The dog found him, engaged with the suspect, and the suspect shot at us and the dog. That dog took a round that was meant for me. They're extremely essential to law enforcement, and I wouldn't be here today if it hadn't been for that dog. During my 25 years in law enforcement, I've had numerous critical incidents, but I would say that without God in my life during those critical incidents, I wouldn't be sitting here today. Bob Jones gave me a biblical foundation in the training, so that even when life was spinning and shaking and about to fall down and implode on me, that foundation was still there that I always could return to. So I'm very grateful for what Bob Jones gave me in that.